Hey everyone, and welcome once again to K-Pop Cosmos. I am your host Freyja, and joining me once again is Mark. Hey Mark, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, I am doing good, Freya. How are you doing this episode?
I'm doing fantastic. I am once again excited. I feel like I'm excited for everyone we talk about. So today we are talking about, I wouldn't say my favorite group, but I do like them a lot. And that is, of course, Monsta X. Woo! Monsta X! Yeah! So I love Monsta X. Like I said, they're not my favorite group, but I love them. So Monsta X consists of 6 members. They were originally 7. And the current 6 are Shonu, Minhyuk, Kihyun, Youngwon, and Ju Honey. I'm just gonna call Ju Honey Honey because because that's he actually changed his name when they started doing US stuff because it would be easier for people like me who can't say Korean names very well, no matter how hard they try. And of course I am, and their former member Wonho. They were created through a survival program, No Mercy. So if anyone's interested, you can watch that. It really shows their individual talents that you may not see. But I like the survival programs. They're interesting. So they actually debuted on May 14th, 2015. So they're technically 3rd gen, and they're under Starship Entertainment. Their US label is Maverick Agency, and that was as of 2019. So the fandom's name is Monbebe. And so the thing that I didn't know until I started researching them is that they're actually kind of, their name and their fandom name, they're kind of leaning on French words.
Oh.
So mon is, I think, my. Sorry, I only took French for a year, so my French is very bad. But so mon, I believe, is my, and then star is star, and then X is like the X factor. And then mon bebe is the same thing. It's my baby. So their fans are their babies. So, and then their official colors, I guess they're like colors and like, I don't know, terms. Because on the thing it says lost, guilty, and beautiful. And it's like a teal color, blue color, and then like a maroon, not maroon, but like that pinkish purple color.
Okay.
So yeah, they have 3 fan colors. I guess they still live in dorms together.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Apparently, from what I was looking up, they still live in the dorms. They have 2 separate dorms. So dorm 1 has Minhyuk, Kihyun, and Changkyun. I think that's someone else.
That's I am.
Yeah, I am. I was like, wait. I'm not used to seeing his real name. Sorry,
Right?
guys.
Me either. I was looking at the list of names and I'm like, wait, who is this one? I don't know this one.
Yeah. So but I am this year they all re-signed their contracts except for Wonho, of course. But he's with a subsidiary of the same company. But a little bit, so he's re-signed, but I am did not re-sign. But he's still officially part of the group, kind of like Girls' Generation. They have members that are part of SM, but they're still doing stuff with them.
Yeah.
So I is not part of Starship anymore, but he's still at Monsta X. So I don't know what that arrangement is, but so that's it. And then dorm number 2 has Shonu. Well, it would have Shonu. Shonu, he's actually doing his military service right now. Because all men in South Korea have to do military service. Because they are still technically at war with North Korea. And then Hyungwon and Honey are all in dorm number 2. So it's 3 people per dorm, so it's not that bad. I, on the other hand, think that's a nightmare because I hate roommates. So here's little baby Monsta X. Oh, they're so cute. Look how little they are. So young. But so let's start off with the members. So Shonu, I love Shonu. He was my intro person to Monsta X, to be perfectly honest.
Wow.
Yeah, so so I watch a lot of Asian TV shows, to say least. And he was on one called Lipstick Prince. And it's a show where these male idols learn how to do a certain style of makeup, and then they have to put that makeup on a female idol who is the guest for that day.
Wow.
And then she will choose her favorite guy who does her makeup for her. So they all get assigned, like, you do the eyeliner, you do the eyeshadow, you do the lipstick, you do the foundation. And so and he was on it, I think, for 2 seasons. And he was the most adorably awkward built man I have ever seen in my life. It was adorable because these guys, like, one of them, he got so good that he actually started doing his own stage makeup. So
yeah, I was gonna say
cool.
that feels like a talent that would help you out in the long run if you continue to stay in a group.
Yeah, so one of them, he wasn't in season 2 because they're like, we forced him to graduate because he was just too good at it. Because the point of the show is I'm not being good at it.
Right.
So Shoni was on it for two seasons, I think. And yeah, it was a great show. And so I was like, what is this guy from? So that's how I found Monsta X, was from that show.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and he's my bias. I love him. He's adorable. He always has like that weird, like, lost face. And, like, even in the music videos, he looks slightly lost, and I love it. So Shonu, he's the leader, main dancer, lead vocalist. He was born in 1992. Let's see. He does have an Instagram. I think all of them have Instagrams.
Okay.
So he was born in South Korea, doesn't have any siblings. I don't know. I would say that's unfortunate, but I'm from a large family, so I can't imagine not having family like siblings. He was a former JYP trainee for GOT7.
Wow.
But he was a bad student, I guess. He left due to training absences. So he was like me in high school. He liked to show up to stuff. So he was a trainee for about 2 years. He's still friends with GOT7. Let's see. He shared a dorm with one of the Stray Kids members. Let's see. He used to be a member of the boy group New Boys. Never even heard of them before. Shonu stage name means I want to show you new things.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay. He likes meat and exercise. Yeah. And you can always tell because when guys eat, you have to eat that protein, man. That red meat really helps you bulk up. He was Lee Hyori's backup dancer. Ooh. Yeah, Princess of K-pop. He starred in High End Crush and Daegung. Jeez. Something is watching. Sorry, guys. I know. I know. I need to work on that. I know. He's actually heavily involved in most of their choreography. Like, he creates it, which is awesome. I love when they let the idols, like, be part of the creative process for everything. It just, you can tell they like it more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So he helps create the choreography for their dances. He was also in the show Hit the Stage. Let's see, his representative animal from Safari and Moonbebe World is a bear. Yeah, I can see that. I could see that. Yeah, and then July 22nd, 2021, he enlisted in the military. So he should be back. They're only in for like 18 months, I think. So he should be back next year. Oh, thankfully. Yeah. Let's see. And yeah, he renewed his contract. I love Shonu. Sorry. I just love this man. So then moving on from Shonu, we have Minhyuk. He is the sub vocalist and visual. I think all of them are visuals. I don't like you can't be unattractive and be in K-pop. You can't be untalented and be in K-pop. Mm-hmm. So that he's one of the visuals of all of them. He was born in 93. Let's see. His representative animal is a puppy dog. He was also born in Korea. He has a younger brother. He's like me. He likes cola, sweet potatoes, and pizza. So this guy, so he, if I remember correctly, is like straight up meme material. Have you ever seen that meme of like the K-pop idol at a fan meet table, and he like picks up the mic, sighs in it, and then proceeds to like slowly put it down and then pick up a Starbucks cup
and sip out of it? Yes.
Sip on it? That's him. That's him. I was like, yeah, he's a mood. So he was also in High and Crush. He was, I guess he's going to be in Law of the Jungle in Chile. Good luck, man. That show's brutal. Let's see. He has a husky voice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will say that he's definitely the visual of the group. Like I can see how they would appoint him to that. Because when I saw him in the videos, I'm like, this dude looks like he could pull off a vampire look, like very easily.
Heck yeah.
He has like that kind of smoldering, kind of serious look. I think it's like the arch of his eyebrows or something, but there's something about him that's very I don't know, it reminded me of a vampire. So giving him the visual title, I totally see that.
Yeah. And he has that kind of like far off stare. I don't know. I have friends who do that. Like they sit there, but they kind of seem like they're zoning out, but they're not. Like they just seem like they're staring through you. You're like, do you listen to me? Yeah, I listen to you. I'm like, okay. You know? And then let's see. He doesn't have very much facts on him. And then going on, we have Kihyun. He's also born in 93. His animal is a hamster. I like how we have bear, puppy, and hamster so far. He has a little brother who lives in Japan. He's also from South Korea. He is another main vocalist. He graduated from DIMA, Dongha Institute of Media and Arts. Ooh. I'm always happy when they like graduate college and stuff. I'm like, oh, good. You make that backup plan, or help progress your career, because being an idol is like the entry level position for like the Korean industry. You get in, you make connections, and then you become like something else, like a host or a TV show person, actor, model. Let's see. This one says he's the best vocalist in the group. That's highly debatable. I would say yes. I was like, that sounds like a personal thing that they just threw in here.
No. I'm gonna absolutely agree. I think when you hear him sing, it's like, oh yeah, he's wait good. A minute. This guy, like, there's all of the idols. I mean, all of the guys in the group, they're all good. They can all really sing. This guy can really sing. Like his voice is like insane.
Yeah. It is really good. But like I said, say he's the best. I'm like, with anything in K-pop, you're like treading on thin ice there, no matter who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would back it up though. I would really, stake my flag in the ground that he's the best vocalist out of the group.
Yeah, I will too. But I was like, that's let's see. He likes composing and writing lyrics, and he plays the piano. Yes, I know. He released a single with Sister Soya and Giri Boy, titled Pillow. I think I've heard that song before. He was also in High End Crush. He's especially good at making ramen. Yeah, that's a talent, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, making good ramen is like actually quite hard. He made his solo debut in 2022. His album is Voyager. And can I just say, Kihu, and out of all of them and their solo stuff, his definitely fits my style of music.
Really?
With what his songs are. Like the song that I'm particularly thinking of is, oh god, I have to find it. I had a whole playlist up and now I don't have it up anymore. Let's see. Let me see. It's fantastic because he kind of, at least with this song, it was more of like a rock vibe, and I love rock music.
Okay.
Let's see. Where was it? Keegan. Where was it? Here's the thing. It was called. Oh, also, can I just say, their live performances are fantastic. Like, obviously, oh, here it is. Youth. I like the song Youth. That was amazing. It was great. I highly recommend that song. But anyway, moving on. So I would recommend his solo stuff. I know that I am also did solo stuff, but we'll get to him.
Yes.
Hyungwon, born in '94. He is 6 foot tall.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all around 5'9" and 5'11". Shonu's 5'11". He's 5'9". Well, everyone else is 5'9", and then he's 6 foot. So when you see him at like award shows, he's just like towering over everyone. Especially when they're standing next to the female groups. It's really funny to see. I'm like, jeez, because a lot of the girls are really they're average for like Asian height, but like I'm taller than most of them. Mm-hmm. So he is also born in Korea. He has a younger brother. His animal is a turtle. Why did Shonu get like the bear and everyone else gets these cutesy animals? So he's a turtle. He sleeps the most. Yep, I totally can relate with that. He was a popular model before he was part of Monsta X. So he was in fashion shows. Yeah. He's lead dancer, sub vocalist, sub rapper, visual, and center. So he's the guy that's going to be in their formations. He's always going to be like right dead center. And I can see that now, like, he's a model because he has the lines, he has the slim lines that they usually look for, and he can, I don't know how to explain it, but he knows how to hold himself. Even though he's tall, he knows how to like keep those lines like nice and very pleasing to the eye. So him being a model very much makes sense. He's a terrible cook. Let's see. He likes traveling. His parents own a travel agency. That's really cool. And nice. He used to work there when he was younger. He was in High End Crush, Please Find Her. That's something I don't think we ever touched on. Like a lot of these idols, to promote them, their companies will make them do like an idol drama.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah, like GOT7 did one, and they're always super, super ridiculous. So don't go in watching it thinking, oh, this is gonna be like great acting and story. Like, no, that's not the point of these shows. They're usually really silly. Like there's one called, what was it? Like the group moves in with one of their fans or something.
Oh,
the GOT7 one. The GOT7 ones, they're like plushies that turn into like guardian angels. It's weird. So like, and I watched it because I like. So I think that's what High End Crush was one that they're like kind of like, this is Monsta X, on TV. Look, general public, let's see. He was Turtle.
I will. I just want to say that Youngwon is my personal favorite. That's my bias.
Is he?
Because him being a model makes perfect sense, because he always feels like he's not awkward, but he seems like an introvert. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Everyone else is like, they're ripping their shirts off and they're glaring into the camera, and he's like, I'm gonna do the moves, but I'm not trying to. Like
Yeah.
I'll do my job, but I'm not trying to like get out there and be like in everyone's face like everyone else. And I'm like, I respect that, man. I
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
no. He's totally the introvert that has extrovert friends that just like drag him around the places,
Yes.
and he's
Yeah.
slightly embarrassed to be like seen with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I appealed right to him immediately. As soon as I like
I
saw
get
their
that.
dynamic, I'm like, I like this guy because he's like, yeah, I'm in the group, but I'm gonna let these guys take center stage, and I'll jump up when I'm called upon. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
make a complete show out of it.
Yeah. He's really funny to watch like on shows with like the dynamic, because he really is. He's just like, I'm here, I'm doing my job. Now you're telling me to do embarrassing things I really don't want to. So he is very much that introvert guy, and I love him for that. I love when they're like, he'll have such different personalities.
And it's totally amplified because the other members are so extroverted.
Oh
So
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it
they're
really
nuts, man.
really shines on him.
It's just really funny. He's also his solo stuff is he's a DJ known as
Yes.
DJ H1. Yeah, I didn't know that, and I went, oh, okay, that makes sense. So he
He's
does
like, hey,
DJing stuff.
it's like do your solo stuff. You're gonna sing, you're gonna rap. No, I'm gonna just be behind the boards
Yeah,
and
I
make
would
some
totally
music.
do that.
That's it.
Once again, playing into that introvert thing, he's like,
Yeah,
nah, I'll just be behind.
I love
I'll
it.
be back here. Yeah, he's also the lead actor in the drama Fly Again, which came out last year. I have not watched that drama, but once again, I recommend. And I'm just gonna say, not sponsored, but if you want to watch dramas, Korean and stuff, I highly recommend Viki. I've been like part of that for like over 10 years before it was bought by Rakuten. I was a member, so
Nice.
but but yeah, like you can have a free account or you can pay for it. I have a paid account, but that's how I watch all my Asian shows is through them. Once again, not sponsored, but if you want to watch this stuff, that's what I recommend you do. Or you can, do the pirate life, but legal way to watch it is Viki,
Nice.
Viki. So I like that stuff. They also have Chinese and other stuff, so it's not just Korean. There's some Japanese and Chinese in there, and Vietnamese. They have a lot. Let's see. He also renewed his contract. And let's go ahead and move on to Honey. Honey. Um, his stage name used to just, be Jo Hyun. Sorry, I'm calling him Honey. But he changed his name to Honey for, US because people like me can't pronounce Korean names properly, no matter how hard we try. He is the main rapper and sub vocalist. He was born in 94. He's 5'10". He's also an extreme extrovert. And everyone has Instagrams, so I recommend checking them out. He was born in Seoul, but grew up in Daegu. Why is all the rappers from Daegu? Like, they always seem to be from Daegu. He has a younger brother. He admires Michael Jackson. Who doesn't? Like, seriously, Michael Jackson's amazing. He was the best rapper among the trainees that they had. He also released a single with Hyorin and San-E. Let's see. He does writing lyrics, song production, and he said that he wanted to take part in creating the album jacket and the music video for one of their stuff.
Wow.
So cool. He was also featured in Mad Clown's single when he was still a trainee. Let's see. He used to be a member of New Boys as well with Shonu. He was in High End Crush. He's fluent in Korean and English. He's like me. He's a video gamer. Movies, friends. Let's see. He is a bee. Seriously, is Shonu the only like wild animal? So his animal's a bee. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Mm-hmm.
He had released his first mixtape in 2015 and called Jongji. And then he released another one in 2018 called Red Carpet, or he released the Red Carpet music video. I mean, he's very heavily into the rap hip hop stuff. He's not really my style when it comes to the solo stuff. Like I said, I really like the rock. Yeah. So, but he is quite aggressive.
Let me tell you this. He's also one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And he's kind of annoying because he's really good at rapping. Like he's really good. And I'm like, oh, dude, you got talent. Oh, well, obviously, if you have like these, this great bod and this sexy face, and you rap, you can't sing, right? I mean, obviously, the reason you rap is because you can't sing. And then I heard him sing, and I'm like, oh, come on, dude.
Oh yeah,
he's really good.
Yeah, he can sing. He can sing. Like I said, they make you do everything with K-pop. Like, even though you're a rapper, doesn't necessarily mean you can't sing. It almost guarantees you can sing. It's just that there are members in your group that can sing better, but
exactly. Usually the rapper is like, okay, we have these group of singers. This one is not the strongest, so we're gonna let him or her rap. So I was expecting him to not have a good voice, and he actually has an amazing voice. And I'm like, Jesus, now you sing and rap that good too? Come on, dude, give me a break.
Yeah, makes me feel very like I don't want to sing. I'm like, oh, even the rappers in these groups could sing better than me. I'm just not going to do anything.
But I definitely want to check out his solo stuff because he's definitely impressive. And him and
I am.
Him and I am. They when they lean into the hip hop side of their songs, like they always kind of start the songs with their raps, and they're both so good. In two completely different styles, but I like his style so much. I definitely want to check out more of his solo stuff.
Yeah, like I said, he's very not my style, but doesn't mean he's bad. Like
Right.
It's just not my style. Let's moving on to I am. So I am born in '96. He is the youngest. He's the lead rapper though, and he's a sub vocalist. 5'9". His animal is a wolf. Yay, another predator in the group. He has an older brother born in South Korea. He lived abroad a lot because of his father was a scientist. Ooh, that's really cool. Yeah, so he lived in Boston for 3 years, and he lived in Israel for 4 years.
Can you imagine you're like, you're a scientist that travels around the world and your son's like, I'm going to be a rapper?
You're like, what? What did we do? I don't know. Kids just, don't want to follow after their parents, and that's like the complete opposite.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, cool. He lived in Boston, like I said, 3 years, and then Israel for 4 years. I can't even imagine. Like, it's not just like he moved around the country. He moved to different freaking countries with completely different like cultures. So his English name is Daniel or Danny. And his role model is his father, though. He once pursued he once wanted to pursue science and education. He was also in High End Crush. He can also speak English fluently. Let's see. He has to be part of the group Nobility. Like we said, the wolf. So he would be, I don't know, depending on what age he was, I would like to have a conversation about what it was like living in, different places as a kid. Because I've only lived in the U.S. and I moved around a lot, but we kind of stayed in like one specific region. We moved different states, but like he full on moved to like from the U.S. to Israel, and I really want to know how that whole situation was and how school was, and growing up in that type of a thing. It's kind of like when you run into military kids and their dad, like they have to move from like the U.S. to like China or and then back over to somewhere else, and then they're in the UK or something. It's just like the stories that they would tell, and like how are you treated in school, stuff like that. It seems like it would be interesting to talk to them. But that's just me, and I'm a little weird. So, so I am also does for his solo. Of course, it's rap, and like I said, it's not really my thing. So I recommend checking it out though. And then we're going on to Wonho. So Wonho's situation, I'll touch on it. So when he was part of the group, he was lead vocalist, lead dancer, and a visual. He was born in '93. His representative animal was a bunny, little bunny. And I can see that he's a little bun. But or they say rabbit. I'm going to call it bunny. He's a little bunny. He has a younger brother, also born in South Korea. He likes protein and vitamins and health products. Yeah, well, it's very noticeable. Let's see. He was part of Yulzang something season 3. I don't even know what that is. I need to look at South best face or good looking. He was. Wow. Yeah, I was like, okay. Now that I'm looking at that, he's a former Yulzang, so best face person. He was also part of New Boys. It feels like they just swiped all the people from New Boys and just like, okay, you're here now. High-end crush. He admires Kanye West. Well, we'll ask him about that now, but
no comment.
No comment on that right now. Yeah. He has acrophobia, so he's afraid of heights. I get that. He's also a video gamer. Let's see. All right, so I don't usually go into
scandals,
but with Wonho, it's kind of something that we'll just touch on real quick. He was found not guilty of everything. It was a money situation. It wasn't like anything, it wasn't assault or anything like that. Someone claimed that he owed money for suspicious use of marijuana, which of course, if you live in the US, you're like pot, whatever. But so it turns out that everything was not true. It was all false. He was found not guilty. But his company kind of jumped the shark, or whatever you want to say, and they kicked him out before anything was. The guy said he did this, and then they kicked him out, even though the trial was still going. And I think terrible management. I think that's a terrible way to manage things. I think you should hold off, put them on hiatus until the situation has been resolved and whether they've been found guilty or not. And if they're found guilty, then you can kick them out of the group. But this whole thing was just, well, I say he said that did this when it was false accusations. And it's really sad that he got kicked out of the group. And I remember talking to a lot of moon babies at the time, or mon babies. And I'm everywhere, guys. I'm on all the apps. I talk to all of you. So I remember a lot of moon babies were very upset. They were very angry that he got kicked out. They thought it was ridiculous. The whole thing was stupid, and it was like a betrayal. And they wanted them to bring him back. Be like, oh, sorry, you were found not guilty. We'll bring you back into the group. But they didn't do that. They just put him in a subsidiary company, and now he's just a soloist. So I know a lot of moon babies that are still really upset about the whole Wonho thing. But he is getting a lot of love for his own solo stuff. And yeah. So he is now part with Highline Entertainment, and he's a soloist and a producer.
Now, my connection to Monsta X was through Wonho being a soloist.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, who the hell is this dude? Because he looks like, if you've ever watched the first Captain America movie where they put Skinny Steve into the chamber, and then they open up the gate, and then he comes out looking like Steve Rogers, Captain America. That's what Wonho looks like. And I'm like, I've been watching K-pop for a long time. I have not seen anyone look like freaking Captain America's body. And can sing and dance and do all of this stuff too. So I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And it's like, oh yeah, he got kicked out of Monsta X. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, sucks for him to be kicked out of a group. Good for him to be like a top solo artist, because he was like crushing it when I was introduced to him.
Yeah, like he's definitely the dude that like you see a picture of him and you're like, nah, that man's head has been photoshopped onto that body. Like,
right.
that's not real. That's how is that real? Like it's ridiculous. And here, I can find a better picture of him. This man, can I just say, like, his Instagram and Facebook is extremely blessed with pictures. This man has some of the most risque pictures I have seen in my life. Like let me find another picture of him.
He's not afraid to show his like post workout.
Oh no, he's not afraid to show anything, man.
Yeah.
Like he is very much. Let me find it, because I follow his Instagram and stuff. There's one particular picture that I'm not gonna put up because I don't know if it's like borderline porn. Because I was like, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this or if not. But like, he's like, because it's a picture I think he posted on like Facebook or Instagram. I don't remember which one. But he's in bed and his face is covered with his camera, but he's not wearing any shirt. And he has the blanket covering his crotch area, but it doesn't look like he's wearing any pants either. So I'm like, hot diggity damn. You know? And this is what I mean by like the man looks like his head has been photoshopped onto his body. But like, no, that's what he looks like. That's legit.
Seriously, and when you see him like dancing around on stage, like, dude, come on.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So yes, he's very into health and fitness and all of that stuff. And he also happens to be a soloist K-pop artist. So again, sucks he got kicked out of the group, but I think he's doing okay.
Yeah, I think so too. Damn. But like, big Matthew from Hard, you know, the big titty committee.
Right.
He says like Wonho is the president of the big titty committee. I'm like, wow. I mean, I can't argue, man. The man's built like a freaking brick wall. Like, oh my gosh. I love it though. But Shonu's also pretty big, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of pictures of himself around. So let me get this back up here. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. So let me delete that. This thing, I wish I could have multiple left, but it won't let me. Let's go to this one. Yes, okay, going back to Wonho. I love this outfit, by the way. It's like his I love it. It's a great outfit. Come on.
One of the things that I actually did like about Wano in the group is that you can always spot, or at least I could always spot him right away, because you can find who's the member that has the craziest hair color, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be him.
Yeah. Also, he has the cute, what does my sister call them? Elf ears. Like his ears kind of like point outward, so you can always like his ears go boop. Like, oh, they're adorable. And you look at the rest of him and be like, oh, that doesn't match. I love him. So with his like, because he is a soloist now, he doesn't have a fan color. But and I died when he announced this. It was so hilarious. So do you know what his fan club's name is?
No.
Do you know? They're called Weenie.
Weenie.
Okay. Weenies. Weenie Hutchins. The way he announced that there was pictures of, you know, that SpongeBob meme where he's like Weenie Hut Juniors. That's the fan club houses. The Weenie Hut Juniors. So his fans are called Weenies.
Nice.
it's for we, what was it? We are new ending because we need each other.
Aww.
I was like, that's cute. But we need it's a little much. But yeah, his solo stuff's great.
Yes.
You can even watch it muted. That man, I love him so much. He knows what his fans want. He just full on delivers. He's great. Like, and the fact that he's so built and he's still really flexible means that he knows what he's doing. Or at least he has a trainer. He knows what he's doing. Because you know when a lot of guys that like really bulk up,
right?
But then like they walk with their arms out because they don't stretch, and so they look like they're with the coat hangers shoved in their back. Yeah, but he doesn't do that. He actually is extremely flexible still, and so it's really fun to watch his performances. And he's really good. He's really good. He went viral on TikTok a couple times because of just who he is. I love Wonho. I'm so glad he's doing well. So and then for light sticks, Monsta X light stick's pretty cool. It's the it's the little MX symbol that they have in here. It's really cool. I like it. I don't have it, but they're like $60 on Amazon. You can buy an official one. So I would recommend that. And then of course Wonho has one too. And look how cute it has a little bun going in the middle.
This guy.
He knows how to work this, man. This was the little bun was just announced recently. So when he first announced his light stick, I was like, why is there this giant hole in the center? That's a little weird. It's like, look, an accessory, it's a buddy. I'm like, oh, you're adorable. What the crap? It's so cute. So you can buy the light stick and buy the little attachment that's the little bun on top. So that man knows what he's doing. So it's adorable. So moving on, because we've been spending a lot of time just kind of talking about the group. So Monsta X, let's see, they're called their next generation beast idol. They're considered very aggressive in their style, which yes, yes they are. I love it. They're also called the global K-pop group.
Yes.
Because they have contributed extensively to extending the Korean wave globally. In 2018, they performed in the annual iHeartRadio Jingle Ball Tour, which made them the first Korean group to do so. And they did it in 2019 and 2021 as well. They were also in the animated show We Bears, which is it's so cute. I love it. And so excuse me.
I saw that before. That's before I knew who Monsta X was, and I'm like, wait a minute. There's like a legit K-pop group in this cartoon show, and now I looked at it now, and I'm like, oh my god, they actually really did that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and they're the first ever K-pop group to do that, to be in an American animated series. Mm-hmm. Also, they were personally invited by South Korea. I think he's ex-president now, Moon Jae-in. To perform for King Harald V of Norway for the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Korea and Norway.
Wow.
Yeah, they were also the first K-pop group to appear on Good Morning Britain and the Kelly Clarkson Show. And they also performed at Time 100 Talks. Let's see. They were dubbed by the Korean media as Korea's representative group and K-pop emerging power because of their remarkable achievements abroad. They're called K-pop monsters for their stage performances and their local popularity in Korea. They were the first Korean group to perform in the 2019 Teen Choice Awards. They performed at the Staples Center, where they became the 12th Asian artist in history to gross over $1 million in one show in North America. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Monsta X. Let's see. They did a lot of things. They're one of couple artists who have stock in Cow M. Woo. Let's see. They were in Teen Vogue a couple times, which I've seen. They're dubbed as one of the best boy bands of all time. and Korean icons. Let's see. Jeez. They influenced a number of artists, which, yeah. Dramarama. Okay. Yeah, Dramarama was a great song. Like, Dramarama. Hey. It's one of those songs that, like, it gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that song, but I liked the video.
Oh yeah, the videos, like I like all their videos, but like that video, yeah. But Drama, it's that song. It's like freaking Bieber's "Baby Baby." It just got stuck in your head because of the freaking chorus. You're like, damn, I got that song in my head again. Let's see. I know they were on Billboard a lot. Like they were top 5 on Billboard quite a bit. Like Billboard Top 200, Top 100. They were like number 5. So they were doing really well. I know that they also, let's see, went platinum.
Yeah, that would make sense. Even without me being a Monsta X fan, I know of them because they always seem to be charting somewhere or on someone's list. Like their popularity in America seems really big. It seems like they're a huge group here.
Yeah, they're huge, and then in Japan they're huge too. God, where was it? I know that. Let me see if I can find them. I think they're ranked number 3 in Korea for the number. Yeah. Let's see. They have 5. Let's see. It's making me do things. So they have 5 platinum certified albums. And I believe that makes them the 3rd in Korea's history to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would pull up the article, but it's telling me I have to subscribe, so I'm not going to do that. So, but yeah, so they've gone platinum. They're one of the most, even though like the award shows and stuff, you see them, but like they're not winning the big awards. But let's be honest, no one cares about the big award shows. But they've gone platinum, and they sell out tours. Before COVID hit, they were actually going to come to a city that was like an hour drive away from me.
Oh.
And I was so excited. I was like, hell yeah. I'm going to go see them. I'm going to buy a Monsta X light stick. I'm going to go have fun. I'm dragging my sister with me, even though she doesn't really like them that much. I'm like, we're gonna go have a blast. And then freaking COVID, and like, nope, cancel. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? No. And
like, what is wrong with this pandemic? Don't they know that Monsta X is coming?
I know. I was like, I will risk anything to go see these people. Like, but like, and I was so upset because they were also offering, if you bought a ticket, I think it was a ticket, I don't remember. But if you bought something, they were going to give you their English album for free. And I was like, what?
Nice.
I was like, heck yeah, definitely. And their English songs are really, really good. They did a song with Steve Aoki. Mm-hmm. But their English pronunciation is like, I love it. And because you can actually understand them. And I appreciate that, because as a person who has friends who are singers, the number one thing they tell you when you're learning, like opera. I have a friend who she majored in like opera, an opera singer. I don't remember what it's called, but they tell you if you're going to be singing in another language like Italian or German, you have to pronunciate properly. If you're singing in another language, make sure your pronunciation is good. Like because what's the point of singing in that language if you're just going to butcher it, Right. And so they practice really, really hard so that they get that pronunciation properly. Yeah, you're still going to have a little bit of an accent, but at least people can know what the crap you're saying. know, it's not like me going in and trying to sing French with like 1 year of French. You know? But with Monsta X, and I believe I even talked about it with another group, their pronunciation's really, really good in English. And I highly appreciate that. So I can sit down and listen to their English language album and just be like, I know exactly what they're saying. I know what they're talking about. And I love it. And so they can do full concerts in English. And, it'd be fantastic. Not that I, want them to, because I love hearing Korean. But they're great. Their English is great. I highly recommend it. I have it on a couple of my Spotify playlists as like chill songs. Because some of them are so chill. It's just, I just love it. I think it's called one of them.
When I was getting into, one of the first things I did when I was getting into Monsta X is I, went to the Spotify playlist of This Is Monsta X, just so I could get a sense of their songs, get a sense of, the different styles that they were going into before I started watching any of the videos or anything like that. Came on and it was in English. I'm like, oh, that's cool. They have an English song. And then the next song was in English. And then the next song was in English. I'm like, wait a minute.
I think they have like
wait, am I still listening to the same group? I was stunned. I was stunned at how many English songs that they have. And like you said, the pronunciation is great. You can really understand exactly what they're going for. So the fact that they speak English, or the fact that they have so many English songs in their repertoire, is like stunning. Like, no wonder they're so popular here.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a comparison. Sorry if people get angry, but they're like ABBA in that sense. Like you talk to people like my dad who love ABBA, and you say, "Hey, did you know that they didn't know a single word of English?" And he's like, "No." You don't understand a single word of English, but all of their songs are in English, and you could not frickin' tell. And they were huge. I love ABBA. Like, they're huge, but they didn't understand English, like, at all. I think they were German, but like they didn't know English. They just knew how to pronunciate. And that's the whole thing. I'm like, I don't even care if they actually know English. Just make sure the pronunciation's right. You can not understand a freaking thing you're saying in my language. If you're singing in my language, just have the pronunciation properly, And I extend that to other languages too. If you're singing in like Japanese and you don't know, at least get the pronunciation right, or at least as close as you can. But yeah, they're real. I love it. And that's one of the, if you have a friend who, it helps with like spreading K-pop too. Like, because I know people are like, I don't want to listen to it because I don't know what they're saying. Well, then you can introduce them like, hey, here's Monsta X. Kind of slip it in there, be like, hey, let's listen to this group. Throw on the English songs. Bam. Because that's how I got my dad. My dad listens to some K-pop now. So that's my mom. She has my mom has a group she likes, and she likes Taemin from Shiny. They like watching. Yeah, who doesn't? What mother doesn't love Taemin? So yeah, and my dad's like, yeah, he's very Michael Jackson-y. I'm like, yeah. But because I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't know Korean, so I don't want to watch it, or I want to listen to it. I'm like, well, here's some English songs. I'll just put on your playlist. Sneaky, but it really helps. It does, and K-pop's gotten really big. And Monsta X, they're at freaking KCON all the time. I believe one of their first concerts, if not their first concert, was at KCON. Let me think. So if you want to see them, they were at KCON, Monsta X, KCON Los Angeles in 2015. And they still go. So if you want to see them, and if you're in like New York or LA or Japan, because they have KCON there as well, just keep an eye out, because Monsta X is quite often part of the lineup. And you can get pretty freaking close at KCON, you know. And unfortunately, I missed out on going to KCON back when it was like $17, and now it's way more expensive because it's actually really popular. And I'm very upset about that. I'm like, oh, cool. I saw all these things beginning, and I'm like, oh, no one wants to go with me. And so I just watch it as it gets popular far away from me. I'm like, ah, damn. So, but let's see. Oh, they also perform. Oh, something I didn't know, which I thought was really cool. With in 2018, they served as torchbearers for the first day of the soul leg of the Olympic torch relay in 2018. I did not know they did that, and that's really freaking cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I think I remember kind of seeing footage of that too, not that long ago. I do kind of remember that.
Yeah, I was like, what? I didn't know that. That's so cool. That's so cool. And let's see. Yeah, they're on the Oricon charts in Japan and Billboard Japan Hot Albums. They're that group that's super popular, but you've never heard of them. Like like they're that underground, you know, that like, because everyone knows like Blackpink and BTS and stuff, but then there's those other groups that are also super popular. They're just kind of like sliding through.
Right.
And that's why I like being a multi. I can, you know, go and find all these other groups. Be like, oh, they're good too. They're good too. And watching their solo stuff, I do recommend finding shows they're on because you can see more of them. And I recommend watching their Instagrams and stuff because then you can kind of see more of like their behind the scenes personalities, you know, because everyone's different when they're in front of a camera, whether they're trying to or not. So,
Right.
you know, it would depend. Like you can see what they post, and that kind of is a tell to like their personalities a little bit. But yeah, let's see. Any favorite songs of yours or music videos that you have?
You know, I will say, those are two things.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about the group that I really just am amazed by is that, like other K-pop groups, they, you know, tend to work on different genres. You know what I mean? Or they
Mm-hmm.
have different concepts for their songs. And you know, and every boy group has to have their, you know, we're like the cool street kids, and then we're like the flowery like summertime boys where we're wearing, you know, pastel colors and dress shirts,
The
and then we have
cutesy.
our, this is our grown and sexy where we got the suits on and stylish. So everyone has like their different concepts that they have to pull off.
Yeah.
And most boy groups are good at it, but some you can kind of feels like, okay, this isn't really you. Or when you see them in a certain concept, everything pops. And when you see them in like kind of a ballady type of concept, it doesn't quite fit. The thing
Yeah.
about Monster X that blew me away is that they're comfortable in every single concept that they're in. Like
Yeah.
each one that I saw, I'm like, oh, this is their lane. This is what they should be doing. And then you see the next one and you're like, oh no, wait. This is their lane. This is what they should be doing. They're
Yeah.
really good at balancing a bunch of different concepts.
Yes, they definitely are.
So that being said, the one that I love, my favorite out of all of their songs is the first one.
Oh, the very first
Trespass.
one?
Yeah.
Trespass when they're in like little kid street coats.
Yes.
Like yeah.
Oh, I love that so much. I'm like, oh my God, these guys are amazing. Let's see if there's any other videos or songs that come close to this. And some of them did come close, but Trespass was the one that like blew me away. I'm like, oh, I love these guys.
Yeah, and you can also tell like when a group debuted with their beginning music video because of the styles and the current theming, you know,
Exactly.
because they debuted about 7 years ago or something like that,
Yep.
and everyone was doing like that street kid thing, like I'm
Right.
getting owed by the cops type of thing. And that's just, I mean, I love it, but like you can always tell when they debuted based on what they're doing, and the themes. But I think for me, oh god, I don't even know. I like there's so many that
Yeah.
I love. But I'm a sucker for suits. So
There you go.
I love a nice suit on a man. I just absolutely love it. So the one that they really call Alligator was fun. But I don't. Steve Aoki was fun, but I think my favorite one, music video wise, has got to be Fantasia.
Okay. Yeah.
I love like the weird the background dancers, like the interpretive dance type of dancers around. And like I like the scene where the hands are all like shooting out of the door, and I love their gold suits. And I love that I the black and gold is a fantastic color combo, and there's fire and everything, and I love the footwork and the dance, and I love the song itself too, because I live in a very Latin area of the US. So it's just something I'm kind of used to hearing a bit. And I just love that vibe. And like I said, I'm a sucker for, dancing in water and fire and stuff. I love the elements and suits, but the suits are what get me, is the suits. And then if I'm going solo stuff, I would say Kihyun's Youth, like I said before. I love that music video. I'm not a fan of IM, but Wonho, I'm just gonna completely say my favorite song from him is Open Mind. I love the velvet everywhere. I love the sensuality of it. Like, it's beautiful, and they do close-ups of his lips, and just like it's a beautifully done music video, and that man knows what he is doing, and it's fantastic, and the dance is great. I love it.
It's one of those songs or one of those videos where it's like, it's so visually cool, and he's like, a nice little something to look at. Like, the song doesn't have to be that good in order for the video to be popular. So then you listen to the song and you're like, oh damn, the song is actually great. Good too.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna go with like my favorite English song too. I would have to say that my favorite English song, I believe what was it called? It was Middle of the Night, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite English one too.
Yeah, it's just so, I threw it on my chill playlist, like the ones I just sit and chill and vibe to. It's so good, and the music video perfectly, complements the song, and their English is so good. It's just a freaking Shonu driving a car that's not moving. I love that in Korean music videos, because they have really strict laws and stuff. And they're like, well, if you're driving a car, you have to be wearing a seatbelt. They're like, well, he's not going to be driving. He's just going to be sitting in it. Because we got to keep those lines nice, I can't have a seatbelt in the scene. But they have a lot of great songs. They are more aggressive. They don't really do the cutesy style ever. Like, they're not running around in like pastel cowboy outfits,
There's a couple of them, but I think I'm gonna say that out of the ones that I've seen, they're probably more their Japanese release. Songs that have like the cute boy concepts.
Yeah, but that makes sense for Japan. They like, but it's not like overly cutesy. It still has that like beast mode edge to it a little bit, So, like I said, they're not running around in pastels. They just kind of seem like the boy next door type of vibe in some of their Japanese stuff, I think. Also,
I just want to say really quick, two of the other videos that I actually really like by them, they did one called For the Love of It, called Pepsi For the Love of It.
That's a great commercial.
Yeah, right. It's pretty much a Pepsi commercial, but the fact that they worked Pepsi into the lyrics of the song, I'm like, good for you.
It was great.
And the other video I liked is I think it might have been the latest one or the last one that they put out, called Whispers in the Dark.
Oh yeah, that one was
where
good.
they slow motion get out of a Lexus car, and I'm like, is this a Lexus commercial?
Of course it is.
But it was all like concert footage of their tour. And it's pretty much them just rocking on stage, and just like, oh yeah, I like what they're doing. And then at the end you see that their tour was sponsored by Lexus. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is promotion for Lexus here.
Yeah.
I love it. It was great. It's so, Korea has that because they did one with ATEEZ and some girl group, a Pepsi commercial. It was remember Hongjo from ATEEZ, and then a girl group member, and then Rain, and it was a Pepsi commercial music video. It was freaking awesome. And Mama Moo did I feel like that's their ads now. They're like, hey, do a music video with our stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I think that's very smart. That's a very smart thing to do, because then you can have people just vibe into your ad, and they get stuck in your head. You don't have to make up a jingle because the K-pop group's done that for you.
Exactly. It's so weird that there's like a full song, and you're like, oh, this is a great song, and not realizing that it's really a 3-minute commercial for this product.
For something. It's crazy. So any final thoughts real quick? We always go over. I don't know. We're not going to hit that hour mark. Sorry.
No, I just want to say that Monsta X is definitely one of the, when you think of like what like a classic K-pop boy group should be, I think Monsta X hits all of those targets, or square right in the nose. I think they have everything that you would want out of a K-pop boy group, and they're incredibly talented. I'm definitely looking forward to getting some more into their solo stuff. But yeah, I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I agree. They're definitely one that you should check out, especially if you like Beast Idols, like the masculine, in your face, like aggressive groups. I certainly do. And yeah, they're really great. I also recommend watching their dance performance videos of their music videos, but that's because I like dancing and their dance practices and the extra stuff. Just go full in, guys. Just go full in. I also really recommend watching Lipstick Prince, because it's just it's just funny. But yeah, so thanks guys once again for watching K-Pop Cosmos, and I was your host, Freyja. You can also catch me on TDC, the Definitive Crusade, where we talk about all things DC Comics. And what else do you got going on, Mark?
You can catch me every week on So Wizard podcast. Every week, me and Joey and Aubrey get together and we review a movie or a TV show, something that's kind of nerdy related. We will be doing, let's see, the new Santa Claus movie that's out, the Violent Night, with Hopper from Stranger Things, where he plays a Santa Claus. It's like a Santa Claus and Die Hard mixed together.
Awesome.
So we got that coming up, and just other geeky stuff. But you can check us out. You can follow us on social media. So Wizard, SOWIZARD, So Wizard Podcast, and yeah, we're everywhere.
All right. Well, thanks guys once again, and also happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, and Happy New Year, guys. We'll see you next year.
Yep. Bye, guys.